Hello, hello. Am I heard? You should be able to hear me. You had your oatmeal. So proud of you. Also, mother, spilling coffee. I can't say anything. I didn't have any coffee today. I actually have a teeny tiny can of Starry. Look at how small it is. It's so small. I'm gonna open it for ASMR. Is that ASMR? Since you're out of chia, I don't feel like driving to the bulk store. I feel like, have I had chia once? No, I haven't had chia because chia, when you make it, gets kind of gelatinous, doesn't it? And that is not appealing to me. I've had quinoa. That's what I'm thinking of. Another seed type thing. We accidentally ended up with these tiny Starries because my husband ordered the normal size sugar-free Starries and they didn't have those, I guess. And so they got us instead the tiny normal sugar Starries, which turns out this can is the exact perfect size for me because I have a bad habit of when he gets me canned drinks, I'll drink like half the can or drink like 3/4 of the can and then forget that it exists. And so I'll just go about the rest of my day and like maybe sip on some water or something. And so there'll be a can there and I just forget that I didn't finish it. And then I'll go the next day because I have like, you have routines and kind of sit in the same spots. So I'll go and like sit in my spot in the living room and I'm like, oh, there's still a can there. Let me throw it away. And I pick it up and there's liquid in it. It's a problem. But with these ones, I have finished almost all of them. Like fully finished almost all of them. Yeah, it's almost like tapioca when you put it in the oatmeal. No thanks. No thanks. Do not want. Well, I would not have said that I'm a person that prefers baby cans until the baby cans were foisted upon me. And now I realize, actually, yes, this is the right size for me. My ultimate preference is a bottle because then I can drink part of the bottle, seal it. I don't have to worry so much about the carbonation disappearing or like dog hair or something getting into my beverage. And then I can just reopen it later or reopen it the next day and continue drinking it. I'm much more likely to finish things if I have bottles than if I have cans, period. But if I have to have a can, baby can, I think is the way to go. I hear my mother talking in the background that she thinks baby can is the way to go as well. The people cannot hear. At one point, we had a device that lets you reseal a can, much like a bottle does, but I used it so much it broke. That would be me. That would be me. Like, oh, I'm not going to finish this. Let me just seal it up. It sounds like you need to get a new one. It sounds like it was useful. You look fine, mother. It can't look any worse than mine. I've just got a messy bun going on at the top of my head. It's much messier in person than it is on camera. I do like that with EV Mux, the people can hear me, but I do like that with EV Mux, you can hear each other in the green screen room, but you don't have to like say everything out to the audience. I do like this. It's very nice because you cannot hear my mother, but I can hear my mother in the background. Very nice. I was going to try to solve some of this crossword, but I don't think that's happening because I don't know the answers to any of these. Yeah, I'm kind of scrolling through. And I don't know. Epoch when mammals arose. Oh, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. My brain is not working. Baseball stat, nope. Midday tryst, got nothing. One often wasted.
What number is that?
Which one?
Midday tryst.
67 across.
Okay.
Blank O, blank, blank, blank R.
Okay. That would be a nooner.
A nooner?
A nooner.
I've never heard of such a thing.
You're a grown woman. I'm sure you've had a nooner. You have a partner.
I've never heard anyone say this word before, is what I'm saying, mother.
Okay.
Well, we're out of here. We're out of here.
I guess that's just for the old people.
Let's get started. Yeah, as suspected, my bun looks a lot better in the camera because you can't see so many of the fuzzies that are right here because I did not slick it down or anything. I took my twist out. I took the twist out 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. I took them out a while ago, but still have not re-washed my hair to get rid of the curl pattern that was coming from the twist. So we're looking a little fuzzy because I don't want to try to run a brush through it right now until I get it washed. Ronald says it's an old 50s reference when men would go home for their noon lunch and wifey was barefoot and preggo waiting.
Ronald.
Speaking of old references, Wayne is playing Kingdom Come Deliverance or something, some sort of knights and sword fighting game or whatever. And every once in a while, I'll hear just one of the voice actors say something absolutely wild. And I'm like, what? And I look up. And yesterday, I was just like sitting in the room with him playing with the dogs while he was playing the game. And someone was like, "Are you yanking my pizzle?" And I'm like, we have to pause here. We have to pause here. Absolutely wild. And then literally later that day, I learned
yanking
that
his Bobby Dangler.
Ew, that's worse. That's worse. That's absolutely worse. But
I heard a on TikTok. I heard a sound from Letterkenny, which I have never had
Letterkenny.
Wayne in watching Letterkenny, but that sound was like hilarious.
Yeah, Wayne loves Letterkenny. We used to have there used to be some quotes that we would repeat.
I wouldn't even know where to find Letterkenny. I'd have to do research.
It's on Netflix, I believe. Yeah, I think that's why he doesn't watch it anymore or is not rewatching it or anything because I believe it's on Netflix. It's either Netflix or Hulu, but I think it's Netflix. Are we ready to begin?
Are we? We don't look ready.
First let's change the music. I'm about as ready as I'm gonna get. I maybe need a jacket. Oh, wait, I'm not ready. Give me just a second. I'm going to go grab a lap blanket because I'm cold.
So am I, but I don't see anything within reach. Oh, yeah, I do.
Over here.
Yeah, I do. Here we go.
I thought I had to go. I was going to go to the living room to get the black lap blanket with the skulls on it that I got from Party City, but instead I have a Christmas lap blanket.
I have an old talk about old references. I have an old
Not
Sprint.
Not Sprint.
Yes, Sprint.
The Sprint lap blanket.
Sprint that does not exist.
Ronald, I bought crunchy peanut butter and I'm not sure about it with this peach jam. Well, there's your problem. Jam and jelly is gross.
Don't listen to her. Peach jam is delicious.
But with peanut butter?
Yeah.
I'm also not a big peach person in general. Like every once in a while,
yeah, you don't like peaches and you don't like jam. So
I don't like jam.
I am a peach everything, whether it's real peach or artificial peach. I am peach soda, peach jam. I wouldn't want peach in my coffee, but it pretty much
I'll have peach things in certain occasions. Like there are a few certain foods that I'm like, sometimes it's artificial, sometimes it's real peach. They're like, okay, this isn't too bad. I'll take this over not having the thing at all, maybe. But if it all in all, I would prefer to have a real actual bite into a peach. And then most other things probably not.
Mm-hmm. Hola, Arialdis.
Hello, Ari. Are you feeling better? You've been dying for the last 6 days or something.
¿Cómo estás?
Are you all right? That boy's been having a hard time.
¿Tú es muy mal?
Maybe I should.
That's the extent of my language skills. Are we ready? I
I
said I
think,
was going to speak to him in Espanol the next time he showed up, and
and you did.
as soon as he showed up, all the things that I had prepared left my brain.
That's how I feel anytime there were at least 2 times when I was working at Party City where people came in and they were getting something, and so they were speaking to me in English, but then they spoke to each other in French, and I'm like, oh, I know you're speaking French. I can almost understand what you're saying, almost, but not enough for me to want to try to say anything.
Okay. Oh, it's good. Better than 2 days ago.
All right, let's get started. I'm gonna close that closet. That's bothering me, actually. Give me just a moment. I want a proper crop top, so you're not seeing my butt, you're seeing my tummy.
Thank you. The closet looks almost organized, except it looks like you're stepping on a mountain of stuff to get there. Yeah, that's not helping.
I don't like having the closet open. Okay, before we start, we're gonna do actually let's start and then I'll talk about just nightmare things again. It's just more nightmare stuff.
Okay. My
All
hair
right.
still
Why is
looks.
the music not I keep setting it to repeat and then it keeps not repeating. I'll figure it out. I got it to repeat before.
I don't lopsided head. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Conversation Chair. I am one of your presenters, Dani, the Dizzy Dame, and this is my partner in crime,
Artemis. I could have said the Flaming Fae because of my hair. I'm gonna change my name right now. I'm Artemis the Flaming Fae. Changing
You're
it
so
now.
weird. While she's doing that, let me tell you what this place is about. In case you haven't been here before, we're the old ladies with the throw blankets. We talk about everything and nothing but crafts first because that's who initially subscribed to me. We are here to be your audio ambiance, your background sound. We're here to keep you company while you are washing dishes, folding laundry, chasing after all those little rugrats. And if you need consoling because you are in a reading slump and you haven't read anything this week, and so now you have nothing to do your intro with, we got you.
Is that from your real life?
That's my real life.
Oh no!
Because everything that I read, the few things, first of all, I didn't read as much as I normally read in a week, and the few things I read were, to be honest, all smut, no plot. So I can't talk about that here.
Not in front of the children.
Not in front of the children. Poor Ronald's ears. He would get up and walk out.
His poor virgin ears.
Yes, the real life Ronald. Sorry to disappoint you.
So we're going to hop directly into life updates because I am still having nightmare issues.
Okay,
and
before you do that, what are you eating and drinking?
I am eating nothing. I'm drinking a baby starry. Which way?
Because in the pre-show you talked about baby cans. I too like baby cans. I have some baby cans downstairs, the mini 8-ounce cans, because I can't drink the whole thing at once. I, being the old lady and wearing a dress with no pockets, went back to my old ways and got my lunchbox out to bring my breakfast upstairs.
That's a cute lunchbox.
It is a cute one. This isn't actually one of the ones I used to use. I used to go to Subway a lot. And Subway,
I remember that.
I don't know if they still do this, but they used to do, with their kids' meals, they used to do a little kids' meal, and they would have sponsored bags for the kids' meal.
Cute.
And those bags were reusable. So because
Actually,
I
with the
went,
Adidas kicks and the Subway sponsored lunch, or not Adidas, all these kicks and the Subway sponsored lunch bag.
I know. I went to, well, I mean, they like, if there was a movie coming out or something, Subway would get a sponsorship and the movie would be on the bag or whatever. And or sometimes they would just have a bag that said spring and would have cute, kids on bicycles and stuff like that. I can't remember all the bags that I got, but
Mm-hmm.
they lasted enough that you could carry them for a few weeks. And they were only meant for kids meals, but because I went to that Subway so much that
You ended up
they
getting this.
gave me a
Oh, they
bag.
gave you one.
They gave me one, even though I didn't order, because I would order like a breakfast sandwich to eat on the way to work, and then I'd get a lunch sandwich to eat later,
Mm-hmm.
because the place I worked had no vending machines and there was no restaurants anywhere close to it. You had to drive at least 20
Mm-hmm.
minutes to get to a restaurant. So I would get my breakfast and lunch on the way to work. And so they saw me every day at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. So it's like, here, we'll slip you the new bag. And so when I would come in, they'd put my stuff in my bag. I would bring the
I
bag back
love
and they
it.
put my stuff in my bag. But I have yogurt.
Yogurt.
I'm still doing the activity. It's still working for my tummy. I accidentally, because I wanted to try a different flavor, I didn't realize I got Activia with fiber. I got when I tried the pineapple, since it was new to me, I tried it and like, this are these pineapple chunks I'm chewing on? This doesn't feel like a pineapple chunk.
Pineapple
But
is so.
finally, after I ate then I just didn't think about it and just ate it. And then I ate a strawberry cup and I'm like, now I know when I had strawberry before, I didn't have chewy bits in it. And then I finally looked at the thing and it said fiber on it.
Are we
So
putting chunks of raw fiber in your in your
they're
yogurt?
putting like oats and wheat and bran in here
Okay.
to make it so you can have your prebiotics and your probiotics together in the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm already having a banana for my prebiotic. But thank you for helping me. And I am having um, some crackers because there are 4 grams of protein in here, and I'm trying to up my protein. So I'm only having 8 grams of protein with this breakfast, but
I have fallen off of my good eating trend because remember I was buying all of the frozen chicken, the grilled chicken,
mm-hmm.
making myself like chicken wraps and stuff, and I just got tired of it. I really just got tired of it.
That's one of those gym bro kind of things where they eat chicken breast and plain white rice every day and some steamed broccoli, and you get
I wasn't even eating
very
just
tired of
plain
it.
stuff. I was eating the chicken and like seasoning it and eating it with tortillas, and then sometimes it would eat it. All right, sidebar. Where's my sidebar? Sidebar. I saw a Mufasa movie last night. It was good, but you will definitely cry. I knew it more than once. The end almost got me. I freaking knew it. I want to watch the. We're gonna full sidebar. I want to watch the Mufasa movie so bad, but I have been hesitating on watching it. I need to watch it before the Disney Plus runs out at the end of April. I need to watch it, but I keep hesitating because I absolutely know it's gonna make me cry because I keep hearing the song that they've been playing on like TikTok and now YouTube Shorts. I always wanted a brother. I can't do the brother. I really love
Oh, is
my
that what that
brother.
song is from?
Yes, it's from Mufasa, and I'm like, I can't watch this movie because we know how it ends because we have the Lion King. The brother betrays his brother that he always wanted, and he dies, and then the other one dies. They're both dead, and they hate
Oh
each
yeah,
other.
that's making me sad just hearing about it. I'm not going to see that movie.
Exactly. See? Because you want to watch it, and it's like, no, this is this wholesome movie of them loving each other, but I can't watch this because they're going to hurt my feelings. It's going to hurt my heart.
That's part of the reason why I don't like prequels. I've always said I'm not a prequel girl because I already know
You know where it's
what's
going.
coming at the end of this, and usually it's something sad.
Yes.
So why give me the before story when I already know the after story? I don't want to know that they used to get along.
That I like because I'm like, oh, now I know why this person does this, and I know blah blah blah. Yes. Give me just a moment. I've got someone knocking at my door.
Perhaps she's got room service. Yeah, Ari. I mean, we need to have the heads up about these things. Although, to be honest, between you, me, and the fence post, I was probably never going to see that Mufasa movie anyway. But yeah, prequels are just not my thing. I don't. If you tell me the story, if you had done the prequel, if you had done it first in the right order, it would be different.
But that's not how prequels happen. Prequels are just capitalizing on a story that everyone already
I know. Exactly.
And I did get room service, so you're eating your yogurt and banana. I have toast and a strawberry shortcake cake roll.
Cool.
Which I might eat that now. I might save it to snack on while I'm at the farmer's market today.
Okay, so let's get into your life update, ma'am. More nightmares?
Yes, and I don't know what to do. This time I fully didn't even take melatonin because I'm like, I don't trust it. I took melatonin the night before and I slept perfectly. And so I'm like, I don't trust it. I'm not going to risk it twice in a row. I'm just going to sleep raw, naked brain, no melatonin. And so I laid down and was trying to go to sleep. And as I was trying to go to sleep, immediately into a nightmare. I can't even remember what this one was. There's some sort of, I remember like vaguely, like we were at my grandmother's house, my father's mother's house, my grandmother's house. And there was some sort of like, we were standing in the hallway. So picture the hallway where you got married and you're looking down the hallway, but the lights are completely off. So it's like pitch black at the end of it's a short hallway.
How do you remember I was in the hallway when I got married?
So like that little lore that I just threw in there, that little bit of lore.
You weren't there.
I know things I know, but we're in the hallway. We're standing at the end of the hallway, like at the kitchen door. And we're looking down the end of the hallway, and it's like pitch black. Even though it's a very short hallway, it is not a long hallway whatsoever. But it's like you can't see the back door. You cannot see that back closet that's back there. It's pitch black, and all of a sudden, coming out of the darkness is a demon, just some sort of demon. And the only way that I am fighting this demon off, because everybody else is scared and freaking out, and the only way I'm fighting this demon off is I'm like, not in my grandmother's house. My grandmother was a God-fearing woman. Not in her house. Not in this house, you get out. And I'm like grabbing a Bible, like not in this house. And that's the only way that I'm fighting it off is with these statements. And so then I wake up, but for some reason, so I wake up and then my brain does this thing where I'm like, okay, I've woken up out of the nightmare. I need to go to sleep. And so I lay back down and I'm like listening to some sort of YouTube video or something, and I'm trying to go to sleep. But then, like, I don't know if this probably happens to a lot of people, but like when you're trying to go to sleep, you just had a nightmare, so you're trying not to think of anything scary. But then as soon as you like start trying to drift off, your brain is like, what about this horrible thing? What about this terrible thing that could be? There could be a shadow person over there, just like everything. And so I'm like, oh my god. So I had to stay up for an extra like 20 minutes just like watching a video, trying to like distract myself and get myself so drowsy that like I couldn't think about the fact that I'm trying not to have a nightmare. It was awful.
And to illustrate the contrast between me and my wee bairn here, let me share one of my nightmares that I just had the other day. And no, I was not taking melatonin or anything like that, because I don't take anything like that. Rarely do I take anything like that. And this is, first of all, my nightmares are usually something I've had before. There's usually a variation. So it's like, oh, we're back to watching this series. What episode is this? That's how my nightmares are, because they're usually in a familiar place. And most of my nightmares are based somewhat in reality. This nightmare, which technically is not a nightmare because it was like right before I started to wake up in the morning. Okay. And in the real world, it's about time for me to get up and I have to go to the bathroom. Okay. This is in the real world. Okay. And your father has gotten up out of the bed to go downstairs and watch the news, which is our morning routine. Okay. In the dream world, where this hazy world where I am, because I haven't woken up yet, but I have to pee. So in the dream world, I'm laying in bed, wanting to snuggle up with my husband. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom because I have to go to the bathroom, and then I'm going to get back in bed. I get up to go to the bathroom, and I can't ever get to the bathroom because there are always people blocking me to get to the bathroom. I get up
Your
and
bathroom is a single step from your bed.
I get up and we're having some sort of celebration. And every relative that, to put politely, I don't necessarily get along with or makes me uncomfortable, like
Mm-hmm.
all of your father's cousins, all of your father's aunties,
Mm-hmm.
my mother, my siblings, they are all people who would never be in my house, are all
You
in my
said, okay, pause. We're going to time out for just a second. You said every relative that I don't necessarily get along with or that makes me uncomfortable, and then listed literally every relative you have. All of them. Everybody
No,
but me.
no, I did not. I did not list your Aunt Kelly.
You said my siblings. That's all. That's all
Oh,
of them.
I didn't mention Aunt Kelly.
You said all of them.
I didn't mention
Continue.
Aunt Terry.
Continue.
But the relatives that would never be in my house
Mm-hmm.
are in my house. So not like Aunt Connie and
Mm-hmm.
not like, Antoinette and the twins. But like the relatives who would never be in my house, who and
Mm-hmm.
every and in this version, in this dream version of my house that I've been in before, by the way, in previous dreams, we have a lot of extra rooms. The dream version of my house is like the
We
TARDIS.
have a
There
mansion.
there are like two kitchens in this house. My brain always goes back to the same house, which is the crazy thing. We have two kitchens in this house. We have two dens in this house. We
Can
have
I
like
move into the dream house?
four bathrooms.
Can
We
I
have
move into the dream
we have
house?
a whole downstairs that has a living room and a big screen TV and the whole back patio. This is a gorgeous house in my dreams. Okay.
I'm moving into the
And
Barbie dream house.
and every time I keep trying to go to the bathroom and get back so I can get back in bed and do naked snuggles with my husband. And
You can't
everybody,
just say that.
what?
You can't just say that.
I
You
thought
can't.
that was the cleanest way to say it.
You could have left that out fully. Snuggles was all that we needed to hear. You could have left that out fully, actually.
So I'm just going to I get up and I go toward one bathroom and I go in there, and before I can even reach the toilet, there's a relative going, "Hey Danny, how are you? I haven't seen you." And then so I leave that bathroom and I'm going down the hall and I'm passing through one of our kitchens, and it's like, "Oh hey, I made some potato salad. Do you want to try it?" And then I'm trying to go over to the other bathroom and another relative is like, "Oh, am I going on the cruise with you this year?" They're all trying to talk to me because there's supposed to be this party. And I'm trying to tell your father, "Can you please tell everybody to just leave me alone for 2 minutes so I can go to the bathroom?" And he's like, "But we're having a party. They're all so happy to see you." And I'm like,
It's not going to be a party when I piss myself.
so see how my nightmares are rooted in reality?
You
And
have a lot of reality going on in your life.
and
My
yours
nightmares
have
are.
yours have demons where you have to grab the Bible and say, "Get thee back, Satan," and mine are like, relatives are in my house and I need to go hide.
It just be like that sometimes. You're right, Ronald. You're right. How you're saying blood every time Wayne comes in here and kisses me on the head.
Because I'm not
I hear
supposed
talk
to
about
see my children being
naked
all
snuggles.
gross. Y'all are not adults. Because y'all are not adults. That's why.
Oh, so I don't have to pay taxes this year, is what you're saying? I'm not an adult.
Yeah, see, Ronald, it's a common dream. People have that dream.
Dang. I feel like I've had that maybe once or twice, but not even significant that I remember. My dreams are usually much more chaotic and nonsense going on.
And I woke up mad at your father because he would not make these people go away. And so I was awake and I'm going to the bathroom and saying to myself, okay, that was just a dream. There are no people in our house. That was just a dream. There are no people in our house.
The amount of times that I've woken up absolutely furious at Wayne for something that he did in a dream. There was one dream where like one of our dogs was like, something was wrong. Something was wrong with the dog. And I was trying to explain to him that something was wrong with the dog. And he just wasn't believing me. And I'm like, no, something is wrong. And then all of a sudden she has this like alien like growth on her. And I'm like, there's something wrong. And he's like, well, I mean, we don't, blah, blah, blah. And he's like putting it off. And I woke up absolutely furious. And he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, let me tell you what you did to me in my dream. Let me tell you so that you don't ever do this in real life. So we don't have this issue.
All right, so are we moving on to our life update?
I think we are. I'm trying to pull up the Google Keep because I don't want to look at it on my phone, actually.
Well, I have to look at it on my phone because my computer is still updating itself over here.
Maybe I should look at it on my phone because where is the... Am I just missing a whole...
Well, while you're looking at that, I will tell you my first life update problem. Why is Walmart trying to verify that I am human?
Oh, yeah, I saw that on there. What is going on with that?
Okay, we've been using Walmart shopping for those who are new here. We have been using Walmart online shopping because none of us in this house, other than my husband, drive. So to save him from having to do all the errands and stuff, we do some stuff online to have delivery. We've been doing that since the pandemic. We just carried on with it. And so we do Walmart grocery shopping. And typically I will open up the Walmart app while I'm doing other stuff. I have the tab open in the background because the way my brain works is I'll remember, oh, we're out of butter while I'm in the middle of doing work or paying bills or something. Something will trigger in my brain that we're out of butter. So I'll click over to the other tab, add butter to the list, and then go back to my work. Right. So we've been doing it this way for years. Okay. The other day I had it open because Chloe said she was going to put in the order the next day. So I said, oh, I need to hurry up and add some stuff. So while I'm trying to think of what I want to eat for dinner this week, I'm in other tabs. You're looking at recipes or whatever. And I go back to the Walmart tab and it has this pop-up that says, and not just a regular CAPTCHA. It almost made me think, is this some sort of scam? Because this does not look like a regular CAPTCHA. It was just like, we need to verify that you are human. Click it, press and hold this button. You know how sometimes on games you press and you wait for the thing to slide, slide all the way across, and then it takes. It was one of those.
And I've never seen that CAPTCHA. That feels sus.
That felt scammy. And so, And so I closed the site and opened it up in a new tab. And it was fine.
Fresh Real Walmart.
Yeah. And then it brought it back again. And so I said, before I click this, let me do some research. So I did some research. And of course, Reddit and everybody else was like, why is Walmart trying to figure out if I'm human? But all of the messages are anywhere from 6 months to 2 years ago. It's not like a recent thing.
But it's recent for you.
It's recent for me because this is the first time it's ever happened to me.
Maybe you popping between tabs was like suspicious to the Walmart website.
But I've done that before. Again, this is how I do my shopping. Is like I'll open up the tab and I'll put a few things in there and then I'll pop over into another tab to either look up recipes or I just can't think right now of what else I want to eat, order for groceries. So I'll just leave it open while I'm thinking of what else I want to do. And meanwhile, I'm playing games on BGA or whatever. And then I'll remember, oh yeah, I wanted some blah, blah, blah. Or I'm watching TV and somebody's eating something that looks good. It's like, oh yeah, I'll add this to the list. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done this a million times. I do not know why, but according to, several messages that I saw, it's a legit thing. I can't remember what the reasoning was why behind Walmart was doing it, but it was definitely Walmart doing it. It wasn't a scammy thing.
But why what? So the point of the CAPTCHAs is to prove that you're a human and not a bot trying to use the site. But what would bots be doing on the Walmart site? Like, seriously. What? They would just be ordering stuff, in which case, there you go, Walmart, more money. Like, not that I'm trying to help out corporations or anything, but I don't understand the issue. I feel like I need more information somewhere.
Yeah, it's weird. But it just makes me think back to a TikTok that I saw a few years ago of this lady who got an order of Walmart groceries, and she doesn't order groceries to Walmart. She has a Walmart account, or I think maybe she didn't have a Walmart account. But
so my friend at the farmer's market, the person who's the actual market manager and I'm the assistant, the market manager, she got two just like random orders from Walmart because she has like Ring cameras because she's got dogs and goats and all kinds of stuff, and they've got like a very long driveway. So someone delivered a package and left it by her gate, and it had like the Walmart on it, so it was a Walmart order, but nobody in her family ordered Walmart. And then, speaking of things ordering and things not happening, Wayne saw on his card a charge for $8 for Prime Video. Unless someone explain this to me, unless I'm remembering incorrectly. Prime Video is included in your Amazon Prime subscription, is it not? Or is that a separate payment? Because from my knowledge,
Prime Video is included in your Prime things, but you can buy...
You can buy videos.
Yeah, they have videos that are not included that you can buy a series.
That I know. Wayne got a charge for about $8 from Prime Video on one of his cards. But I go look at my Prime Video, and there are all of the purchases that are there are things that I have purchased, like movies and TV shows that I have purchased, and nothing that I have not purchased, and nothing that I would see that maybe Wayne bought that. Like, it's all stuff that I have purchased. So there's just an $8 charge floating out there. Just like, remember before, there was an order of which I need to go out to the mailbox and grab that actually, but there was the order of that hair serum that was supposed to come that I did not order, but got ordered in my Amazon from my card to my house.
Yeah, this person I'm talking about on TikTok, she doesn't even have an account, so she did not get charged for these groceries. And she tried to contact Walmart customer service or whatever online, and she couldn't even contact them without an account. So she had to make an account
to
contact them. And they kept saying, "Are you sure these are not your groceries?" No, they're not my groceries. Is there somebody on the street with a similar name or address? Because I don't order groceries through y'all.
That sounds like she needs to be hopping on the Nextdoor app. Like, hey, is anybody down the road?
And they never figured out, and it wasn't anybody in her neighborhood, and they never figured out. And so she just like donated the groceries to a food pantry or whatever. But it was crazy. Anyway, what did you pull up? Google Keep. What else is going on? Keep.
So, last Friday was First Friday, the first Friday of the year, and it went as well as usual. I'm glad that they have switched back to them paying me, and I don't have to charge the kids individually, because first of all, I got there 10 minutes early, because usually I sit up at the church, because the church is where the kids corner is, and right next to the church is practically on the college campus. So right next to the church is one of the college lots that's directly in front of a dorm. It's one of the dorms that I stayed at my first year. There is that lot wasn't there when I was there, but it's the dorm that I stay at. So I, for the last few years, have been parking in that lot, and park in that lot, and then I can just walk right up to the church, and it's a very, very short walk. I get there 10 minutes early. That lot is closed for the construction vehicles because they're redoing the whole quad. So that lot is completely closed for the construction vehicles, even though one, the lot is open, and two, there's only one vehicle in the whole lot. They could have fit like 15 cars in there, but there's one vehicle in the whole lot, and there stayed one vehicle in the whole lot the whole time, by the way. So I'm pissed. But I like drive around trying to find a fairly close parking spot, could not find one, so I have to park all the way on the other side of like 2 full buildings, like all the way over, and have to carry my face paint bag, which is a big duffel bag. It's got like a bunch of paints, water, my mirror, my napkins, like a bunch of stuff in it, the glitter, all of that. My face paint bag, my henna bag, and then my big farmer's market bag that Wayne got me. So I'm carrying these 2 huge bags. I didn't grab any chairs because I'm like, they've got like a picnic table essentially and chairs up there, or like not a picnic table, but when you have like on your porch or whatever, like a round metal table and then the metal chairs that go with it, one of those. Yeah. So I'm like, they've got a table and chairs. I normally like to bring my own chair, but if I'm having a hike up here, I'm just carrying all my stuff. So I have to hike and carry everything all the way up there. But I got there 10 minutes early, but ended up being like 2 minutes late when I was trying to find a parking space. But I set up, the person who runs the First Friday came over to me, gave me my check, and he's like, I was expecting more kids to be out here. And I'm like, I have a feeling they'll probably show up because it's a pretty nice day out. They'll probably show up. I don't have much signage because I don't normally have signage because the kids usually recognize me immediately. And then once I have a line, I don't have to worry about it. But I did put up some signage. I had these little cardboard things in my bag. So I just wrote free face paint with some face paint on the cardboard things. And then basically I sat there for about 5 minutes with nobody. I got one kid and then had a line for the whole rest of the time.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely busy. So they like, I hope this shows them that it is a popular thing and people want it and we don't need to switch back to the other way. But which no one has said anything about it.
The way of you charging by the hour.
Yes. Well, yeah, they're paying me by the hour now. I'm hoping they don't switch back to the way of me charging the customers, which no one has said that they're planning on doing that again. But just the fact that they did it once, I'm like, anyway. But First Friday went great, and I talked to my friend who runs the vendor section of First Friday, and hopefully if everything works out this way, I still need to sort everything out, but hopefully if everything works out this way, then next First Friday, I'll be up in the kids' corner face painting, and I'll have Junie with my stuff down at the market section selling my crochet stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so that I can get the money for the face painting and do all the face painting, and then hopefully maybe make a little extra money with her down there selling the crochet stuff. I want to have more crochet stuff before I do that, so that's why I did it. That's why I'm trying to do it next month instead of this month. I'm also trying to, I need to take stock of how much, take stock of inventory of how much crochet, how many finished crochet items I have right now. Jeez, my brain. Because I also was trying to set up at the Weaverville market once a month, and starting with this new season that we're in right now. But there is another crochet person. So for me to show up on the week that they're not here, then I need to show up the 4th week of April. There are 5 Wednesdays in April. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I need to show up the 4th Wednesday in April. So not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. So I have been fully working on trying to get that stuff together, even though I'm tired. I am tired. But I also had a birthday party last Saturday. It was for Cynic in the chat. It's his daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It was her like 6th, 7th. I just say that all children are 7 years old. I don't all children are 7 years old until you're 10. But it was her birthday, and I don't know what happened in the last year, but all the children are asking about Pokemon. Like at First Friday,
it's gotten real popular again.
I feel like it was on a rise the last like maybe 5 years. Like Pokemon Go came out. I feel like it was on a rise the last like 5 years, but I did not have a bunch of kids asking me for Pokemon face paints. But this year, on Friday, I had like 4 kids ask for different Pokemon, and I'm like, I can do a Pikachu, I can maybe do a Charmander, That's where we're getting to the edge of my Pokemon painting knowledge, because I don't normally have to do that. I don't do copyrighted IP. And then on Saturday, they fully did not warn me she was having a Pokemon themed birthday party.
Oh
And
no.
so, yes. And so he thought that he had told me and just fully forgot. So they did not tell me that they were doing Pokemon themed birthday party. Luckily, the 2 kids that got Pokemon, they did Pokemon that I can do, because the birthday girl asked for a Wooper, which just looks like an Axolotl, and this design is so simple. It was so simple. There was like no way I could mess it up. And then the other girl asked for a Jigglypuff, which also is very simple. And I had done one the day before because someone asked for a Jigglypuff the day before. So I had it locked in the old noggin. But all the children are asking for Pokemon right now. So I apparently need to practice my Pokemon. So I've got 6 or 7 that are in, because Pikachu I can do. And I think I've done a Squirtle ma'am, it's okay, actually. They're allowed to be.
Are you saying that I need to try making a Pokeball again?
No, I have made several Pokeballs. I need to work on my face paint. Because I'm also looking at some Pokemon to crochet and maybe to sell, but I don't have the yarn to work on that right now, because with the other things that I crochet, they can be kind of whatever color I choose, because it doesn't matter. With Pokemon, it has to be they have to be specific colors. Yeah. So, but the birthday party went great. We were down at a park by a lake. And in the invitation that they showed me to find the place, it said at shelter 4. But then when you show up at the place, they're the shelters have signs on them that say the numbers, but the sign is so small I have to be right up on it to read it. And so I parked 3 separate times and got out of my car to walk to different places to see if I could find them. I asked random parents, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm looking for a birthday party. It's at shelter 4. I've never been here before. Do you know where that is? And they're like, maybe that way, maybe that way. None of them were right. And so I just kind of rolled. And then I called Cynic. I called the dad twice and was like, okay, the first time I was like, where is it? And he gave me a rough description. And I'm like, okay. I'm looking around, can't find it. And so the second time I'm like, okay, I really need you to walk me through this because I cannot find it. I showed up 15 minutes early thinking that it was going to be fine, and then ended up being 5 minutes late again because once again I could not find the place.
Oh no.
It was fine. I stayed an extra 5 minutes over because there was a mom that wanted henna, so I just stayed an extra 5 minutes over and it was fine. But I was like, I am tired of me being on top of my shit and showing up to places early and the universe telling me, no, you're going to be late anyway. That's your MO.
Oh no.
It was so frustrating.
That's a bummer.
But the parties were great. All in all, that weekend, I've got my math a little off because I also got my paycheck from the farmer's market. But I think all in all that weekend, I made close to $300.
That's good.
With the party First Friday, and people at First Friday were tipping me as well. So they tipped pretty well. So it did pretty good. And then the only other thing I have to talk about while you are just grabbing things left and right, the only other thing that I have to talk about.
Brief sidebar. I have the knitting in here to work on while we're talking, and my hands just said no. Knitting is a no. Ooh. So I was trying to see if I had a crochet hook sitting in here because I brought my other project in here to show, but the crochet hook is not in it. So I'm grabbing these other bags to see if any of these bags have a crochet hook in it, and it's looking like no.
Ooh, I wish I could just give you a crochet hook through the screen.
Oh Lord Jesus! But go ahead. What else you got?
Oh, so they finally opened up that road that was on when I was working at Party City. That road that was closed, so I couldn't go straight to Michael's. They finally have opened the road up. I
was wondering why you said I finally went to Michael's. I'm like, it's not like you've never been to Michael's before.
No, I finally went to Michael's because
the road was closed.
Yes, the road is closed and Joann's is closing, so I'm trying not to go into Joann's anymore because I'll feel the need to buy a bunch of things because they're going to be gone. And so I'm trying not to go into Joann's anymore. But I did remember I lost my yarn needle 2 weeks ago. And so I've not been able to weave in the ends of anything that I've worked on. Like all of those market bags that I made, ends not weaved in. So I went to Michael's in search of a yarn needle. The road is open, but driving down that road was like, I was trying to put on blinders and not look at anything on either side, because it, like, you remember I sent you the picture of the Walgreens that was like water all the way up to the sign during the flood. I had to drive past that Walgreens. That Walgreens, there's still like mud and tree debris and stuff in the road there. And then directly across from that is a little strip mall that used to have a restaurant called Olay's and a few other buildings. And those buildings are fully blown out. You can see like straight through the buildings where the windows were, and the doors, you can see straight through the buildings. There's like trees and all kinds of stuff and mud and stuff in there, and like trees coming through where the windows are supposed to be. It is devastating to look at. So I was like trying to drive like this because I'm like, oh, this is stressing me out. But I made it to Michael's, and this is another situation of what do I look like to other people? Because I went into Michael's. I'm gonna describe what I was wearing after the fact. Okay. I went into Michael's. I go straight to the yarn section. Perfectly fine. I've got these headphones on, which I feel like people sometimes don't always recognize our headphones. So it's whatever. They're open ear headphones anyway. So if somebody says something, I can hear it. But I've got my headphones on. I'm walking, and I look over, and I'm looking across their yarn of like crochet hooks and stuff, and don't immediately see the yarn needles. And then as soon as I see the yarn needles, I go grab them, and all of a sudden, to my left, I hear and I look over, and there's a white lady standing there with her hands kind of like this, and she's like, I was just going to grab, it was like paint or something. She was like, oh, I was just trying to grab some paint. And I walk over and look, and a picture frame has fallen and shattered. Another picture frame fallen, and the frame has like broken at the corner. No. There's a big like Easter bunny, like peep looking thing that has fallen, and the ear has broken off. I'm like, oh no. And she's like, yeah, I was just trying to grab the paint, and it all fell, and I wasn't trying to knock anything over. But she's not like picking anything up. She's just standing there looking at me. And so I'm like, yeah, well, they have budgets and stuff to cover when things get broken. So I'm sure it'll be fine. She's like, yeah, I was just trying to grab, and like is explaining to me. And I'm like, why are you explaining this to me? You need to be finding an employee. Because when I walked in there that day, I was wearing my leggings that have a hole in it from the dog clawing at my leg, a hoodie that the front pocket is falling off because I haven't sewn it back on, and my headscarf. I'm wearing my full bonnet on my head because I said I am walking in, getting yarn needles, and walking out. So why are you explaining this to me, ma'am? I have no authority in this building. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go find somebody and send them over your way so I can scoot out of there. I walk straight to the front counter, check out with my yarn needles, and say, by the way, there's a lady in the back corner that's freaking out because she dropped a bunch of stuff, and walked out the door. Because this is not my responsibility. Why are you looking at me like I'm supposed to do something?
Exactly.
Like you're not picking anything up.
Did you look around at any of the other people, like the other cashiers or whatever, and see kind of how they're dressed? Maybe everybody in that store dresses bummy.
No, they have like a Michael's like red shirt. They have uniforms.
Oh, they have uniforms. It's been a while since I've been Michael's.
Yes, they have uniforms.
Well, I was in Michael's at Christmas, but I don't remember what they were wearing. So
they have uniforms, and so I'm like, why are you looking at me? Why are you? And she's not trying to pick anything up. She's not like looking for another like employee or something. Like, you're explaining all this to me as if I'm going to be able to do something. The best that I can do is send over the actual person you should have looked for. And so I heard the lady, like, as I was walking out the door, there's a lady in the back corner, like, as I'm walking out the door. So that got sorted out. But I'm like, why are you looking at me? That's what Wayne said, Ronald. I was like, I explained this story. And Wayne was like, what did this lady look like? Was she? And I was like, white? And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, what is going on? What kind of authority do I have that people are trying to make me a manager after working at a store for 3 months, and you're looking at me for help in a store that I don't work at?
Crazy.
I don't understand. But I did go to Michael's. I did finally get my yarn needle. I thought they were
Good.
metal, and they're not. Let me see if I can grab them.
You bought
They're
plastic ones?
Yeah, well, because I thought that they were metal.
Oh.
They've got a little like tube thing,
Oh, okay.
but I thought
That
they,
looks like it would be metal. From
yeah, it's
here,
not.
it looks like it's metal.
It feels like plastic, and I was trying very hard not to get plastic ones, unless it's just a very like thin metal or like a weird metal. I don't know, but they feel like plastic, and I was trying hard not to get plastic ones because I will yank on yarn needles, like pulling, like especially if I'm working with some Bernat, which I was doing the other day.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm working with some Bernat, I will pull on the yarn needle, and it'll slice right through the eye, so the yarn doesn't stay in the eye anymore.
Oh, Lord.
No, I've got the crochet hooks that Tyler gave me, Ari. I needed a yarn needle, which is completely different because he didn't give me yarn needles.
Well,
Unless I'm forgetting something.
next time you stop by to see me, you need to make a list in Google Keep of things you need to pick up for me next time you're here, and
I
things you
do.
need to bring to me. Just make that. We need to just make that a list.
We should.
And I'm turning into a person who needs lists to remember things. But yeah, because I only have metal yarn needles. I don't know how. Maybe because I'm old.
Well, I had my two good metal yarn needles, and I lost one, and then I lost the other one 2 weeks ago.
Speaking of which, we need to switch into yarny crafty thoughts.
Yes. Yeah, Ronald, that Bernat is rough.
Because Ronald is saying that he hates the Bernat. Y'all need to stop saying this because I got 6 balls of that stuff sitting here waiting to become a blanket. So you need to stop saying how much you hate it.
It's like, it's just rough to work with. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. I would work with Bernat over cotton because I hate cotton. I hate cotton. I would work with Bernat over cotton, but it's
I like the result of cotton, but I don't want to make things with cotton.
That's how I feel about the Bernat. Is because something about the way that they make the chenille on the Bernat, if you can even consider that chenille, something about the way that they make the chenille on the Bernat, it doesn't slide smoothly against itself, and so there's a lot of resistance, and so it's like Ronald was saying, it hurts his hands. It hurts my hands too because I feel like I'm having to put extra force into pulling it. Whereas if you're working with a like super or Sweet Snuggles Light or the Joann's one that doesn't exist anymore because Joann's doesn't exist anymore, but it glides against itself very smoothly, and so you don't. It's just like working with a worsted weight, like a normal worsted weight. You don't have to like a normal acrylic. That Bernat doesn't slide.
Sidebar. Ari, did you get the poster?
I sent him the poster.
He's got the poster with the date, so I don't know what info you're looking for. Like prices, maybe? Are you looking for the colors of what we're wearing?
Because it's red and black. What are y'all pushing for it?
Red and black.
She showed in the Discord a dress that she was looking at, which that dress looks very cute. I don't know yet.
I think I because I'm starting to fear that I might not finish the dress in time because I'm trying to hold to our thing of waiting till June to get started. So I think what I might do, I made that worse. I think why are you laughing at me?
Continue.
I think what I might do is just buy something red and black because I can always use a black skirt, and currently I don't have a black skirt. Although I have a nice pair of black dress pants that will work. So I just need to get a red top. I'm thinking I might buy a red top if I can find a cute red top that would work. That's not expensive to have as a backup. But then still make the dress because I haven't found anything that I want more than that dress.
I
show the dress.
Oh yeah, go ahead and pull up the dress. I want to make a dress. I'm having trouble finding a dress that I like. I think is the problem because I want something because I'm having trouble finding something that I like that I think also will look fancy enough for the dinner, because it is the dress up dinner. And
Yeah.
so there are a lot of dresses that I could make that I like, but they would look more like, oh, I'm hanging out on the beach, not like going to a nice dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm having trouble finding one that I like. I really want to get some, what is it? The Sultan Kings cotton swirl or whatever. They, on Hobie, they've got a yarn brand called, it's like Cotton Kings or Sultan Cotton Kings or something like that. That they, it's a like weight 3 yarn, I think, but maybe even smaller. I hope it's not a weight 1 yarn. I need to go look at it. I might be holding strands together. But they've got one that's a black and red ombre. That's like a very nice black and red ombre. That if I can find a dress that I would like, then I can make it like starting red and going into the black at the bottom. I just don't know what dress I want to do. Who is messaging me on?
I thought I saved this dress. I know I sent the picture, but I guess I didn't save the dress in my projects, which is making me annoyed.
And also Ari is messaging me on the side, so I'm just going to say it on camera. He wants to know that he has the poster. He wants to know, is he calling the person on the poster? Does he need to
No
himself?
No, because he hasn't. I'll get with my husband tonight. I will make myself a note right now, Ari. I'll get with my husband tonight, because when he sent me the poster, he said we can send out this poster so everybody knows the dates and the itinerary, but I haven't decided whether we are going to work with this person or not. So with that travel agent at the bottom of the thing. So I'm making a note right now, and I will ask him tonight, and hopefully I will know, because he's leaving Friday morning. So hopefully I will know before he leaves on Friday. But we'll text you. I won't make you wait till the next conversation chair to find out. We'll text you.
You're good. The show was already interrupted. She's working on pulling up a dress. It's going to take 45 years in her thinking base.
Oh, good Lord, stop it. Oh, my hair looks even worse up front. Oh,
ma'am, pull up the dress. Stop fixing your hair. Pull up the dress. While she's pulling that up. Oh, you felt that bad about it? This is how you feel about
it? Did. Yes, I did.
Okay. So while she's doing whatever chaos she's doing over there, I also wanted to mention at the farmer's market last Wednesday, there was, let's see, nope, wrong one. There we go. That's the dress, which I really like that. I don't think I want to make that for the cruise, but I want to make one of those because that looks.
I think great. What I want to do, I have to look and see how the pattern is made, but it looks like the sleeves are two
squares.
Yeah, 2 squares, and then the bottom is a third piece. And if that's the case, matter of fact, I need to save this in favorites while I'm thinking about it. But if that's the case, I was thinking I would do the sleeve striped the way it is, and then do solid black all the way, most of the way down, and maybe do 1 or 2 red stripes at the bottom.
That would look cute.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think that would look cute. I like it. Also, why are all of my headphones always dying?
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I need you to come back on camera, ma'am, because I need to go steal Wayne's headphones because mine are dying.
Okay, why? Oh, well, I'm making notes. Possibly.
Okay, you make your notes. While she's making these notes, I was at the farmer's market last week, and there's one little girl who, one of the ladies, she will have her grandkids come to the farmer's market with her, and she just kind of rotates which grandkid each week. And one of the grandkids, she knows how to crochet, and so I showed her how to. She just knows how to do like basic, like just making like a chain or whatever. And so I showed her how to make a scrunchie, and she just took that and ran with it and has been making scrunchies and stuff. But she came to market one day, and her grandmother came over, and she's like, whenever you go over there, I want to make sure that you acknowledge Daisy's lipstick. Daisy has some lipstick, some matte lipstick that she got, and she wanted to wear it today because she said that it'll make her feel like she looks like Maya. So make sure you say something about her lipstick.
How
And
old is she?
she's like 7.
Okay.
Like 6 or 7, yes. And so I go over, and first of all, she's wearing the most nude lipstick. It's a good nude though. Like it's a perfect match for her lip color. It is so cute. But she's got her little nude lipstick on. I'm like, Daisy, do you have lipstick on today? You've got makeup on today? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what brand is it? That's a cute color. And she pulls out her little NYX like jar out of her, or little NYX tube out of her backpack. I'm like, oh, NYX, that's a good brand. I don't even have any NYX. That's a good one. And she looks so proud. She was so happy.
You're so nice to other people's children. You make a good auntie.
Right? It is, Ronald. The child is like 7 is my version of 5 years ago. All children are 7. Until you are 10 or 12, all children are 7. There are only really 3 ages of childhood. There's 3, 7, 10, and then you're a teenager. There are no ages in between.
And then you are 16 forever.
And then you're 16 until you're 21, honestly. You're 16 and then 21 and then an adult. And then the ages don't matter.
Yes, you never leave 21 as far as your mother's concerned.
So I'm going to go get those headphones from Wayne. We need someone to be on camera. Are you done futzing with your hair?
No, I'm not.
Because one headphone has already died.
No, I don't even have a headscarf in here. I have nothing.
Mother.
I have nothing.
Your audience, tell her she looks fine.
Nothing.
I say audience that there's more than 2 people here. Ari and Ronald, tell her she looks fine.
Oh,
so she can stop freaking out.
Don't lie to me. I don't need y'all to lie to me.
Except right. You did look good. What are you? That's worse. Don't do that. You look fine.
Stop lying to me, Ronald, but okay.
I will be back now.
Men lying to me. What is this? Don't y'all know any better? Oh my goodness. I hear children moving around out there. I wish I could call somebody to either bring me my markers or bring me my crochet hooks, because my hands, I might pick up that knitting again, but I swear I didn't even get 10 stitches done and my hands said no. There are some days that I can knit, and there are some days that I can crochet, and then there are some days where all I can do is color. And today is a day where knitting is not going to work. I was crocheting last night, and I feel like, because sometimes I can just sit and go, I know what my hands feel like doing. And I feel like I could, Ronald, I feel like crochet would work today, or coloring would work today. I thought knitting would work today. Although, to be honest, when I came in here, I said, I really want to crochet, but no, I told myself that knitting was for on the stream because I don't have to think or count stitches with this particular project. And that's why I saved the knitting for when I'm on the stream. But really, in my heart, I knew I would rather crochet today. And I should have listened, because my hands just are not cooperating with the knitting. But the thing is that I don't think I used to be like this, but maybe I did. I just don't. It's like whenever I'm sitting somewhere doing, like chatting with people or something, or even like when I'm sitting watching TV, I feel like I need to be doing something else. And it's not just like second screen thing that like people are talking about. I feel like I need to be knitting or coloring or doing a crossword or something while I'm sitting and talking to people. I can't just.
Where'd my audio go?
I can't just sit. I hear you. I can't just sit. Okay, and now. It's hard for, the problem is that it's hard for me to focus on what the other person is saying, because the whole time I'm sitting here going, I wish I was doing something with my hands. This feels awkward just sitting here. And so it's just,
I guess I fixed it. You were going in and out for me. I heard about half of that conversation, but it.
Well, wasn't for you. It was for the gays.
Okay, am I not part of the gays?
I'm keeping the gays company while you get your audio functions fixed.
Anyway,
have you got your audio functions fixed?
I think so. I think this is as good as we're getting today, because I plugged up my other headphones, which I thought they were fully charged, but
well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, I have 3 pairs of headphones that I keep cycling between. I think this is just gonna be another sidebar day. I have 3 pairs of headphones that I keep cycling between: the ones that you just saw me in, the ones that are over ears like this that have my little leaf on top, and I have my sleep mask headphones. But the problem is they're all Bluetooth. And so I am constantly having to charge headphones, and if I forget to charge one, that messes me up for like a whole day.
Oh, bummer.
So I have right now I've got one that's charging. I should have one that's charging in the bedroom, but I can't remember if I remember to plug it up or not. And my sleep headphones are completely dead.
See, that reminds me of why I like to have separate things. They have separate devices for everything, because I feel like it hasn't really happened to me yet, but I always live in fear of being out with my phone and then playing something on my phone and then accidentally running my battery down, and then I can't call a Lyft to take me back home.
Well, I'm not worried about that, because I have the big chunky battery pack that you guys got me. That it will, like, you see the 2 little blue dots and then the green dot. The green dot is just the solar, but the 2 little blue dots, it gets 4 dots when it's fully charged. It takes like 1 dot to charge my phone, like fully charge my phone.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that as long as I've got that on me and it's got at least 2 dots, I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Yeah, that's why for a while I was carrying like a battery pack, and usually when I go, like if I have to go someplace like the dentist or something like that, I carry either my Kindle. Did we mention on stream that I got a new Kindle?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I think we mentioned it on Friday though.
Okay. I carry my Kindle or my iPad, and then try to save my phone just for phone purposes, so that I can make sure I have a ride back home.
I also don't have to worry so much about that because I drive myself.
So I use the iPad to listen to music, and use the and or play games, and use the Kindle to read a book if I'm stuck somewhere where I have to wait for a long time. And that's why I like to have separate devices for everything. I just have that fear that I'm going to run out of battery if everything is on the one device.
I also have that fear. I also just have a fear of my phone crashing, because I've been saying for at least 2 months that I need to get a new phone, because this phone is fully dying, and we just, every time we have the money, we end up having to spend the money on something else.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. So I'm hoping that with this next paycheck that we'll be able to go ahead and get it. But on Yarny Crafty Thoughts, Hooked by Robin, did you already talk about that?
Yes, Hooked by Robin. Just a brief notice. It's a channel that I discovered last week that I didn't know anything about, because it came up in my YouTube algorithm. Ronald probably has seen her before, because
y'all got the same algorithm.
We have the same algorithm. But I saw her because she had a pattern. She was showing a stitch pattern, and I said, oh, this would make a great blanket. It would be perfect for like that yarn that you got me for Christmas. And it would be something that I could do without having to think too hard. I just like the way her videos look. She has a nice voice. She's not on camera. She's one of those people who's not on camera, but she has a nice voice. I believe she's British. I believe she's in the UK. She her videos are just bright. She always uses a nice color. I'm gonna see if I can pull her up without crashing everything. But she uses always uses a nice colored yarn. I know that seems like that doesn't matter much, but it seems like a lot of the people that I watch like very natural tones or very muted
just say tones. Beige. Just say beige.
And well, it's not all beige. Like if they pick green, they pick the most muted, earthy,
beige adjacent,
earthy green. Green that's been mixed with mud. Kind of. I mean, they pick, and I am like, give me the most candy colored yarn.
Especially if you're showing someone how to do something, pick a bright color so we can see.
And so I just like the lighting and everything that she uses on her. I'm gonna see if I can find the particular stitch that brought me. This is the one. I'm not gonna play the sound.
Okay.
But
I'll pull it in. Oop, we'll do this. There we go. Ads. H&R block. Ooh, that is some nice bright yarn. And a bright background.
Yes, a bright background, nice bright yarn.
And she got her nails done.
Yes, her nails are clean. Let me show you the beginning that said, hey, I want to do this. What is this?
I don't know. Hulu and Disney Plus.
Okay, see, this is what I saw that and said, oh, I'd like a blanket of that, please.
I like that. It looks almost like corner to corner.
And so I ended up watching the whole video to figure out how to do the stitch. And then I went ahead and subscribed to her because she has a lot of just like, this is how I do this stitch pattern. She has a lot of stitch pattern videos. And it's just nice. So, if you want to look at her and see how she does a few things. Oh, she also has this shell scarf that I thought would be good to go with the hat that I'm making for Aunt Terry.
Yeah.
If I can, I think that scarf would look good in the latte stripe.
Yeah, definitely.
To go with the hat. So, yeah. That's all I had to say about her.
Fun.
It's just the layout of her and the way she teaches you how to do the stitch is very simple.
I'll go check her out later today.
Yeah, she does have an accent, Ronald. Have you seen her before?
I'm guessing that he has when he says she has an accent.
Oh, that's right.
Since y'all got the same algorithm.
Since we have the same algorithm, yeah.
All right.
Next on the list. What do you have? You have any projects to show? Or
I do.
Just going straight down the list?
We're going straight down the list. Next on the list is coloring pages.
Okay, well then we'll show my coloring pages.
I also did a coloring page.
Oh, you did? We'll show yours first then.
I worked out of my Mystery Mosaics book. I did finally the first page of my Mystery Mosaics book. And I
have you not colored in that book before?
I had not.
I know you ages ago.
You did, and I'm using it.
For those watching, I bought her the book and the markers, and it feels like a year ago.
It probably was, but guess who's using it? It's being used.
Okay.
I also remember that problem that I have said that I have with markers where I will take the markers out that I need and then they never get put back in the box. Yep. So I'm already missing about 6 markers out of my Super Tips box. But it's okay.
How many Super Tips did I get you? Was that like the 40 box? Or?
Hang on. It's under you guys. So hang on. It's the 100 box. So I'm
Okay.
probably missing more than 6 because it's, well, I don't want to open that up because there's stuff in there. But I'm missing like 6 to 10. But I had enough to be able to complete my page, and it looks like I'll have enough to be able to go through the book. There's just one color that I absolutely could not find. Let me pull up. It's this color, which is where am I?
Yeah.
White peach, which is the
Now,
yellowish.
yeah, yeah. Peach, you're not finding in the Crayola. Do they
Well,
have something that they're calling sandy tan? Because that sandy tan is peach.
I went looking. That may be one of the ones that I took out, but I don't know why I would have taken that one out because it's not a color that I would think to use. But I've got like a bunch of peachy peach colors, like the
Uh-huh.
actual peachy peach. But it's that white peach there that's like the
Yeah.
yellow color. I swatched so many markers and could not find. So I ended up doing something that was a bit more pinkish, but I think it turned out okay.
Yeah,
So
that white peach in my Crayola fine tips set, they
mhm.
call sandy tan. What they call sandy tan is that white peach.
Mine don't have
Names on them?
names on them. No.
Oh,
Yeah. So
bummer.
I'm just like
Well,
doing.
I was gonna get some super tips too, but they don't have names. Do they have
They
numbers?
They, I think, have tiny faint numbers on the edges. But so I did a
Oh,
bunch of like swatching, trying to
oh,
find the colors
that's
that I
awful.
needed.
Because
But
I often write down the name or the number so I can remember when I go back next week to color.
mm-hmm.
Like I'll color it, and then next week I'll color some more. The page I'm about to show you took me about 3 weeks because I didn't color it straight through.
Nah, I did this all in one sitting because I was like, I am never going to find these markers again because I can't sit them out somewhere because they won't get put back in the box and I'll lose them, and I can't put them
Uh-huh.
back in the box because I'll never find them again. So I was like,
Uh-huh.
let me just do it all in one go, ma'am. You are caught. Hang on. Sorry, she's about to rip down my whole operation. Come here. Nope. Nope. Come here, ma'am. Oh, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. Sorry. You're looking at my wall. Don't. Okay. Wall. She caught the cord of my ring light and was
Oh no.
pulling my laptop, was going to flip it towards me and under the desk.
Oh
And so I was
no.
trying to unplug it, but then she went to walk the other way and was still caught, but then stepped out of it. So I did this all in one go, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Right.
Very
It's so
nice.
cute. And the peachy color that I use
Looks
is the
good.
color that you can see like in the sand bucket and the like
Uh-huh.
highlights and the outer edges. Where
Uh-huh.
I'm reverse, I can't see, but like this color, it's peachier than they wanted it, but I think it worked out well. The
I
color
think it
came
looks
out.
fine. I'm getting better at I'm getting better at just doing, yeah, that's refrigerator worthy.
I'm gonna try to stick them up on my wall once I rearrange the room, which is why it's still in the book. I haven't taken it out.
But I'm getting better at like picking what they, is that the only page that you did?
Yeah, I did it all in one go, and then my hand was hurting and I stopped.
Well, I have one finished page and one in progress page. And this leads to what I was saying about I'm getting better at picking what I think would be the
Mm-hmm.
best color. Because there's one area where they wanted a certain color. Then when I saw that color was supposed to be going on the skin, I said, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
oh no. I matched it because I matched the colors just based on, I look at the strip. When I
Mm-hmm.
do the color by number, I just look at the strip and I try to match my pencil as close to whatever they have on the strip.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to also match them in relation to each other. So if they have something that says light purple, dark purple, or they have brown, they have light brown, brown, dark brown, all in the
You
same
just want to
picture.
make sure
I
the
try to
color
look at those
values. Yeah.
three. Yeah, I try to look at those three to make sure that the light brown is lighter than the brown, and that the brown is lighter than the dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to do them in relation to each other, but that's the only relation I usually do. I
Mm-hmm.
don't usually look at the picture and figure out, oh, this is going in this section, and this section is going to be skin, or this section is going to be trees, or this
Mm-hmm.
section, this is how it should look. And so sometimes the pictures don't turn out exactly. I haven't totally hated any of my pictures, but they sometimes there are sections of them that don't turn out exactly the way I wanted because I didn't. So, like on this one, I made an executive decision. So here's the picture.
Ooh.
This is from the George
Farmer's
Tufexis.
Market.
Yeah, this is from the George Tufexis Cityscapes book by Creative Haven. Okay.
That one looks really good.
Now I want to show you that this, see this? I'm going to put it up. See that pink right there where my fingernail is?
On her shoe or whatever?
Yes, that
Yes.
pink right where my fingernail is.
Yes.
That pink was supposed to be skin.
Oh.
I mean, that's a shoe right there, but they wanted to use that same
But
pink.
same pink.
That same number is on the skin, and I said no.
Absolutely not.
So if you look at her skin, it's still, the skin is still a little too pink.
It doesn't look too pink though.
But I went a lighter pink. And it looks much better in the camera. I'm looking at it in the camera. It looks much better in the camera.
Yeah, I'm glad she changed it too, Ronald. It looks a lot.
I went with like the lightest pink that I had in my pencil box. This is colored pencils. These are the Color 72 pack that I bought that was on sale for like $9 a few weeks ago. So I'm kind of happy with this. I'm finally getting the technique of, like, my favorite part of this is the jeans.
The jeans do look good. I was looking at that
because that's all the same pencil. I just pressed harder to get the darker part.
You.
So I pressed really light to get more fabric-y here, and then I pressed harder in the shadowy parts to make it look more like burnished or whatever.
We love a woman who uses techniques.
So yeah, that's the most technique I ever used, trust me. I still don't understand the whole blending thing. I'm scared to try that, but I think this turned out, I think the jeans look like jeans to me.
I ended up having to do that slightly on one of mine. If I pull up, which one was I looking at? Okay, where am I? So this dark brown and then this medium brown, I originally colored in this dark brown, but it looked very close to the medium brown. So I had to do basically a second layer to get it dark enough so that it didn't so that it looked like what it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And I was worried, but also it did not bleed through at all.
Oh, good.
Like I'm thinking
about buying a set of Super Tips. Because I feel like those books like that, because I still have some pages in my Mystery Mosaics book, and I have some mosaics in this Best of 2023 book. And I just feel like the mosaics work best in those Crayola.
It's very easy. And I was taking it in big chunks. I was like, all of you are for, I'm going to outline and then color in this whole section. I'm ignoring the lines.
My least favorite part of this picture is how the guy's head turned out. I don't like the colors they had me pick, like this this blue that's supposed to be the shadow over his head, and like the red that's supposed to be the shadow of his ears and stuff. It looks better on camera than it does in person.
Yeah, because it looks good.
In person, it looks the red and orange and stuff looks really weird, because like right here, I don't think you can see it, but there's like a lot of red and orange and stuff there, and it just looks weird to me.
I don't think you're meant to look at it that close, and so when you look at it further back, it looks fine.
But when you look at it in person, it's not even that close, and you can see it. It stands out to you. Yeah.
Well, but I only ever see it on the camera, so.
Yeah, so I've done one from this book in alcohol markers, and this is me doing it in colored pencil because I thought colored pencil would be easier because it doesn't bleed.
The colored pencil looks good
over the lines. I still want to try it with my water-based markers to see if I can get something brighter, maybe.
I think that looks good though. That looks very bright. It looks just like an illustration.
Yeah. I mean, it does look like I think it does look like an illustration. So that's that one. And then the other one is, this one's in progress. I was just in the mood to do a circle one because I have been watching a lot of TikTok, and all those TikTok ads where they're trying to sell me the acrylic markers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, they're making me want to buy acrylic markers. I don't have acrylic marker money right now. So let me just pull one of these circle books because they're coloring the circle books with the acrylic marker.
Okay.
So I'm like, I know I have a circle picture I can color. So let me just color that with my water-based markers. So this is what I've got in progress. I've been working on this for a couple days.
Ooh, wait, what is it? I'm trying to figure out what it is.
I just figured out last night.
Oh, is it a walrus?
Yeah, I think it's a walrus. Because the book that it's from is the Sea Creatures book, so I'm pretty sure it's a walrus.
Yeah, I didn't see that part. I was thrown off because what he's laying on looks like flowers with the color.
Yeah.
But I guess it's meant to be sand, just like sand with sand has specks in it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of like the picture.
It's looking good so far.
Yeah. I just got to get all those browns in there. I kind of wish I had chosen a different brown, but I think it's looking okay.
Now that I've done one of the color by numbers mystery mosaics, I think I underestimated how hard it is to find all of one number.
Yes.
Because I colored in, I'm like, okay, these are all of the ones, and I've got all my dark browns, and then I'm fine. And then I didn't put it away, but I sat that pencil down, that marker down, because I was like, just in case. So I've got all my colors here. And then I went to the next one, I'm like, what? Girl, where'd you come from? And so I picked up the first one, and colored back in again, and then I put them down, and I moved to the next color, I'm coloring in, and then there's another one that I somehow missed, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, it's even worse on the George Tufexis because at least on this picture that I'm working on with the walrus, I started with the 6, I think. And so I just went all the 6s are all across the bottom, all across here. And then I kind of scanned to see if there's any more up here. And then I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then I went to the 5s, and then they're all across here, but there's not really many up there, right? With the George Tufexis, they are all over the place, and they're all different shapes. It's not just looking for the circles, or whatever. It's all different shapes, and it's you got the greens here, and then you'll have some green pop up here somewhere, and it's just all over the place. That's why that one took me a couple weeks to finish, whereas this walrus I will probably finish tonight because it doesn't take that long. I mean, it takes the work to color the circles, but it's easier to find the numbers on
Yeah, it didn't take me very long. I was working on that while I sent the picture in the Discord, but I worked on it while I was watching I Dream of Jeannie and was able to.
But I still don't understand how people are. I'm watching these videos, and it's one woman said, "Oh, I had a light month. I only finished 18 pictures this month." I'm like, you clearly don't have any other hobbies. Coloring must be your
only hobby.
Must be your own hobby. But then I watch other colorists, and they say, other things that I like to do, I do this and I do this and I do this.
When do you have time?
I do cross stitch and I color. I'm like, how do you have time?
Are these full-time content creators?
How do you have 18 pictures finished and you still have time to cross stitch? You have kids in your house?
Absolutely not.
What?
Absolutely not.
When you kids were still actual kids in the house, I had no hobbies.
Speaking of that, full sidebar, I watched the Josh Johnson special from last night, and he was saying how the video about adolescence? Yes.
I haven't watched it yet.
I'm not going to spoil a bunch, but one of the points that he made was he is fully baffled about people having kids because he thinks about how when his parents were his age, they had him.
Part. I did see that beginning part. I haven't gotten very far into the video.
Yeah.
I did see that beginning part though.
But when his parents were his age, they had him. How old were you when you had me?
Ma'am, don't make that. That's math. I was
Oh
in my
my gosh.
20s. I was in my
You
20s.
so yeah, so when you were
See,
my age,
the only math I remember is that I was 30 when I had the twins, because I remember thinking, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to be older than 30," because I was a bit of a snob. I felt like you should have all your childbearing done before you turn 30. Your father and I both agreed on that. And yet I was 10 days or 4 days past 30 when I gave birth to the twins, and then your brother came along
so if
18 months
you
after
were
that.
30 when you had them, then you would have been 26 when you had me.
Yeah.
So that's so I imagine me at my age doing the life that I'm living with a 6-year-old in the house.
Mm-mm.
Imagine me having a 6-year-old.
I never even thought about it like that. I mean, I've already been thinking along the lines of, I'm probably not going to be a grandmother because you are in your 30s.
Not for me, probably not.
The twins are 28, and Isaac is going to be 27 this year. So I am probably not going to be a grandmother because y'all are reaching the end of which I
Children
don't
in this
want to.
economy?
I don't want to be a grandmother. Let's get that straight. I don't want to be a grandmother. However, if you have children, I will love them.
Children in this economy? You already
But,
don't accept my dogs.
well, because your dogs are not children. Your dogs are dogs.
Ronald!
Ronald! Ronald! No, he cannot. He does not know how to do that, Ronald.
We're shutting this down right now.
Ronald, he does not know how to do that. He is my baby boy.
We're shutting down the whole podcast.
He is my boy child.
Ah! But yeah, that was all I wanted to point out was imagine me having a 6-year-old.
He does not know how to do that.
Yeah, they could adopt. Isaac could adopt. I don't know what he's doing out there.
He's not doing anything out there because he still lives in my house.
Man.
See, even the dog finds that objectionable.
Don't you bring my dog into this conversation when you already denied her. Don't you do that. Denied her. Ew, we're shutting this down. I'm gonna freaking ban you, Ronald.
He doesn't even know what those are. Stop it.
I'm gonna mute you.
Do you have any? You said amigurumi time. What is amigurumi time?
I finally started making. I only made 2, because one of them was with Bernat and tore my arm up. But this one, not Bernat, little squid. I got back the safety eyes that I like because I was using the big sinker eyes, those big ones, but I only have so many of those, and those only look very good on the big amigurumis. So I got more, which I've had these for like 2 weeks, but I got more of the smaller ones that I can put on my smaller guys. So I made just a little squid, and I made.
Adorable.
Yeah, this is one of the little booty mushrooms, but I haven't put his booty on yet. So he's just a little guy.
He's got a tall mushroom cap.
Yeah, I don't know how it ended up that way because they're usually a little bit shorter, but it's just that Bernat because I've got some Bernat baby blanket that I was working with, and I was like, okay, I did the mushroom first. And I was like, okay, I'll knock this out and I'll sit here and I'll make like maybe 3 mushroom guys. I made 1 and was like, no, I'm done. I'm so done.
Yes, Ronald, she said that's Bernat. I'm wondering, you guys keep saying that the Bernat hurts when you use it. I'm wondering, since my tension tends to be kind of loose, if I would
it might work in your favor. Because it's just like, even feeling it right now, you can feel that it like, when you work with it, pay attention to like how hard you're having to pull to get the stitches to go where you need them to go. And you'll understand, I think, what at least I'm talking about. I'm not sure if this is the exact problem that Ronald's having, but the yarn just does not slide against itself very smooth. And so you're having to really pull. Also, I don't know how anyone uses the cinch on that. Oh, my shoulder hurts. This is from a fully separate thing. This isn't from the Bernat. My shoulder, like right in here, has been hurting for like a week, and I don't know what to do about it.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
Is that your last bit that you're showing?
It is. I just have these two guys, and I was working on my cardigan as well, but I didn't make any like significant process. Are you leaving?
Yeah, move over. I have my movers right here. Move over.
Love you.
I love you. Please check your wound.
Ew.
I'm sorry I didn't.
Ew.
I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Ew. Give me that crochet hook in your hair right there.
I'm just gonna. Here, I'm just gonna sell the illusion. Sell the illusion.
Thank you.
There we go.
I was going to show you my first of all the as I said
Ooh.
the scrap blanket. I can't work on that today because my hand said no knitting, so I'm not any further on that. But I still like the way it looks. You see,
It looks good.
You have the garter for the border there, and then we have some of the. That's one of my favorite things is when you have garter on the border and then you have stockinette in the middle. I just like the way that looks.
Garter is knit one, purl one, right?
No, garter is knit both ways.
Knit both ways. Stockinette is knit one row, purl the other row.
Yes, knit one row and then purl back the other way.
Okay.
Okay.
Ronald says,
what is Ronald telling us?
I need a total of 9 squares in A and 8 squares in B and C. Thus far, I've made 4 in A, 4 in A and B, and 1 in C. I still have a long way to go.
9 out of 25 is what he's working on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's doing the big Bernat Granny Square.
I am attracted to that. I am. I did work on the. I've not had much progress, but I just wanted to show you how much it takes to do a couple rows. First of all, here's my little bee. This is where we left off last time I showed it. Mm-hmm. So you can see I've got about 4 or 5 rows since the last time I showed it.
It's looking good.
This, where is it? I was feeling guilty adding the green because I have a full ball of this, right?
Huge.
And I had 2 full balls of this, right? Mm-hmm. And I originally threw them in the bag and I'm like, I have no other use for this, I'll add it to the blanket. And then when it came time to add it to the blanket, I was like, but this is a full ball. I could use this for something else. This isn't really scrap. I felt bad, but I attached it anyway because I didn't have any other green.
Yeah, I was about to say, but are you going to use it for something else though?
Yeah, really. Am I going to use it for something else or is it just going to sit there? And this is something this is a valid use just as much as anything else. I was thinking, oh, I could take those 2 green balls and like make a hat or make a hat and scarf or something like that. But last time I made something, I made slippers with 2 balls and they weren't strong enough to stand up to be walked on. So because I made Terry those slippers and after a couple months she already has a hole in the bottom from wearing them every day. So they're not good for walking on, so they'll be good for the blanket. So I also found another thing to add in.
Cute.
For the orange section.
Is that, it looks like braided or something. Does it
have it's got a different kind of twist to it.
Okay.
And it's not as smooth. It's not braided, but it's got a different kind of twist that makes it look slightly bumpy.
Yeah.
But this here, this is like
this right
1,
here.
2, 3. This is about 3. See the green?
Yep.
Yeah, this is about 3 rows.
Okay.
And the ball is almost gone. I'm gonna show you how much I got left of the ball if I can find it. This is what's left of the ball.
Dang.
So, because I was thinking if I put, my other thought was, oh, that's so much green, it's going to end up with like a big section of green in there.
Apparently not.
I'm far enough in the blanket that a full ball is only going to give me a stripe, basically. I mean, this is 3 rows, but technically to me, this just looks like 1 stripe.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yeah, so
Ronald?
this is where did I lose my B?
No, it's right in front of us.
Okay. Yeah, so this is where
Ronald says Danny, if you decide to look it up, it's the Granny A Go Go blanket, and I'm doing the one with the colors fruit juice, choco berry, and asphalt. Ooh, it's looking huge. You could do the rollout thing.
yeah, it's looking pretty big. It's big enough to fully be a lap blanket right now.
Is it like when it's on your lap? Is it touching the floor?
Yeah, on my lap. It's on my lap right now, and it's down to my ankles. It's you see, well, you can't see from here, but I'm covering the chooches, and it's down to my ankles. The points are down to my ankles. So but there's not quite enough on the sides. Like if you want to use this to snuggle up and be warm,
you wouldn't be able to like burrito underneath your leg.
Yeah, you couldn't really burrito it underneath you, so you'd probably want a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to add what I have left in this bag, which is, again, this ball, which is going to be a stripe. This ball, which is going to be a stripe.
Yeah.
And this is barely going to be a stripe. This is going to be a little thin line. And I might look in and see, because I was going to use this in place of the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That's in there. This isn't technically yellow, but I was going to use it in place of the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
But I might look and see if I have some yellow.
I love those yarns also, the speckly ones.
I was thinking of throwing in this scrap ball here.
Do it.
But I thought it might clash with what I already have.
Because you could always start it and take it out.
Yeah, there's green and then there's yellow, but I honestly can't remember.
Don't remember what's inside?
There's some beige under this, some speckled beige under there, but I can't remember what else I put in this ball. Honestly,
it'll be an adventure. Do it.
So I might save this ball to make a different blanket, because I still have more. Because I went through my bag again, and I have more scrap that I need to untangle. Remember, I untangled that one bag of scrap. I found another bag of scrap that needs to be untangled. So,
speaking of untangling, we got an email from our landlord the other day that says it's time for them to do walkthroughs of the house, which means I have to clean the office. There's so much chaos and so much yarn here. So we've got like 2 weeks. So I maybe will post some progress pictures in the Discord, but I have to clean the office.
Yes, you do have to clean the office.
I chaos nested too close to the sun, and now I have to undo everything that has been done.
Yeah, take your next day off. Take next Tuesday and do it. Oh, and before we leave, this right here that is that white ball that I said I'm using in place of the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I had some extra of that, and I had put it in right there, so you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks like it fits.
So I had forgotten that I'd already put some of that in. So it's not technically yellow, but it looks yellowish. It's supposed to be replacing this right here.
Yeah. It looks more beige in the camera, but it does also look cohesive. Like, it looks like it fits.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the speckled yarns are going well with this Karen in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Because this Karen in the middle was all one ball.
Yeah. And
so the scraps that I've added, I think, overall are going well. So I'm happy with it. That is all that I have been working on. And so your father is leaving on Friday morning. So starting on Friday for the next several days, I am going to be working on the Bernat blanket. If I can find the crochet hooks. If I can't find the crochet hooks, I'm in trouble.
I mean, crochet hooks are pretty cheap. You could just get one with your next Walmart order. You could just have them send you a crochet hook.
I could, but I don't want to when I know I've got stuff here in the house.
Yes, but if you have a limited amount of time.
This is true. This is true. But I have a couple more places I can look as to where I think I put that bag of crochet hooks.
Mm.
Because I still never found the original bamboo Tunisian hooks that are
The
somewhere
stinky
in this
ones?
house. That's why I bought those stinky hooks because
Oh, the ones you bought the stinky hook ones to
yeah,
replace.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so we have about 5 minutes left. Do you want to run through your media consumption or shall I run through mine?
I only have one thing I want to talk about. It might be a minute because I may rant for a minute,
Okay.
but we'll see if I can wrap it up. I started watching I Dream of Jeannie. That was what was in the picture when I was starting my coloring page. Ma'am, stay out of the trash. Stay out of the trash. Absolutely not. I did not. I think in my head, I did not know the plot of the show previously because I think previously I was conflating I Dream of Jeannie with Bewitched and thought that it was all Bewitched. Like I knew that I Dream of Jeannie existed,
Uh-huh.
but I think that I thought that everything I was thinking of was Bewitched. And so I started watching it. First of all, didn't know that the main character was an astronaut. That was fully not part of my knowledge. The plot of the show is this guy is an astronaut. His name's like Tony or something. Tony is an astronaut. He is going up into space.
His name is Tony. Yes.
Yes. Tony is an astronaut. He's going up into space. Something's wrong. They have to bring the rocket back down, but he lands on a deserted island. He's making this big, like, you know, the classic, like, you're making the big help thing out of sticks and rocks and stuff in the sand, and he finds a bottle. He puts the bottle there. Turns out the bottle is a genie bottle. There's a genie inside. He, through some communication, because she originally does not speak English, by the way, so through some communication, he, one, accidentally wishes for her to speak English, and then two, wishes for her to summon a helicopter. So he summons a helicopter, and he's like, thank you so much, boo-boo. I love you. I'm going to go back home to my fiance. You are free. And she's like, but I don't want to. And he's like, no, you're free. I'm going back home to my fiance. So she gets back in her little bottle and uses her little bottle magic to scoot her bottle into his bag and goes home with him. And then proceeds to kind of ruin his life, actually. It's so wild. So he has a fiance. They are engaged to be married. His fiance is his boss's daughter. And so the fiance comes over and Jeannie is doing all of this stuff to make him look absolutely cuckoo bananas. Like he has fully lost it. And just messing up this stuff. So that's not only messing up his relationship with his fiance, which Jeannie, cool it. He said he wants to marry this woman, cool out. And also, this is his boss's daughter. You can cause him to lose his job. Like, what are you doing? But then, like, he gets back to the house and she is causing all this havoc. And he's like, no, I actually want to be with her. You can't keep doing this. And then the next episode, they're just living together. Like, she's making him breakfast. And I'm like, are we not gonna address the fact that maybe she doesn't need to be living here? But whatever, sure, okay. And then like maybe 6 episodes after that,
I think whatever you're watching, they must have skipped an episode because there is kind of an explanation of why they're living together or whatever. But go ahead.
Okay, I did not see an explanation because it was she showed up at his house and is talking bad about his fiance. And then and then she's just living there. Like, he keeps asking her to stop doing the things. And he asks her to leave multiple times. And then she just doesn't. And then she's just living there. The fiance, at some point, the father-in-law to be, gets a job to go work somewhere else. And they're asking Tony to be his, like, ambassador partner or whatever, and he's like, no, I wanted to be an astronaut. That's the whole reason I got this job. And the fiance is like, oh, don't worry, we'll talk about it. And then you start seeing that they're having problems, all of the problems happen in that one episode. Like, you don't see any of the problems previously. It all happens in that one episode of, like, he's like, oh yeah, when we go on our honeymoon to Jamaica, and then the fiance's childhood best friend shows up. And so they're supposed to be going on their honeymoon in Jamaica, like, after they get married. The fiance's childhood best friend shows up, And so he has who his best man is going to be. And then they're like, the dad and the childhood best friend show up and they're like, let's give a toast to the best man, Gary. And it's like, Gary? No, it was supposed to be my boy. And he's like, no, actually, your boy is going off on a trip. And the boy is like, if you didn't want me to be your best man, you should have just said so. And it's like, no, all of these people are putting words in my mouth. Like they just keep putting things upon him. And I'm like, what? So they change. You can't just change someone's best man in a wedding. You can't just do that, actually. But they do.
Yeah, you need to watch some of these skit channels, these wedding skit channels. They do all kinds of stuff. But go ahead.
It's wild. But then the Tony is talking to the childhood best friend Gary, and he's like, yeah, when we go to our honeymoon in Jamaica, and he's like, oh no, you guys are going to Cabo. It's just somewhere else. And he's like, oh no, you mean Cabo? And he's like, no, Jamaica. And he's like, oh no, she told me you guys are going to Cabo. And he's like, oh, and he's like, she probably forgot to say something to you. He's like, so she is making decisions for him, just like she wants to make a decision for him to be the. And so we like, Jeannie does some shenanigans and intervenes, and it turns out the childhood best friend was in love with the fiance the whole time, and they like get together and leave. Right as Tony was trying to figure out how to tell her that it's not working out, then she's like, actually, I'm so sorry, but it's not gonna. And they like leave, and he's like, thank God. And so the fiance is no longer a problem. So she's not ruining his life with the fiance thing anymore. But she does keep intervening with his job. It's so much so that the like on-site military doctor is like, you're a medical phenomena. I don't know what's going on. You shouldn't be doing any of the things that you're supposed to be doing, making this man thinking that he's losing his mind. And then after the fiance is gone, it seems like the whole plot of the show is that Tony is just a horny man that wants anybody but Jeannie. Like anytime there is a woman in a scene with him, he's like, awooga, awooga. And Jeannie's like, that long-legged devil, that dark-headed witch. Like she's like trying to help him out. And he's like, no, I don't want to be with you. I'm trying to focus on being an astronaut and also them titties. Like, that's just the whole plot of the show. Is he's saying, no, I don't need anyone. I have a job. What? And she's like, I thought you didn't need anyone.
And yet, the show had problems with the network, not with Larry Hagman, aka Tony, being a horn dog, but because Barbara Eden, aka Jeannie, was showing her belly button.
Not the belly button.
So they had to raise the pants on the costume so that they couldn't see
raise it above her belly button?
Above her belly button, because that was scandalous. Never mind that he's horn dogging after every woman on the show.
Every single one. They literally had
the best friend, who's also an astronaut, is even worse.
Yes, is also a horn dog.
Even worse, a horn dog.
This is just the whole plot of the show. It's so far. I've not gotten out of the black and white episodes. I'm still watching the black and white episodes. I've not gotten to the color episodes yet. But
you mean 1960s, sir?
19. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I Dream of Jeannie is 1960s.
Played Will Hayes in a play a long time. What? Am I not recognizing names?
The Hayes Code. It's the Hayes Code was the thing where they basically, that's why we have movies that are like PG and G and all this other stuff.
Oh,
but even earlier than that, like in the 1920s, they used to do scandalous stuff in movies, and then they said, "Oh, we can't have this," and so then they put in a code, and that's why you have stuff. Even
PG-13 R.
Well, no, even before they made ratings like that, that's why you had stuff like the woman that the man is having an affair with always ends up coming to a bad end, like she dies of a disease or something, because the mistress is bad, so she has to come to a bad end.
And Ronald said my couples had separate beds on TV.
Separate beds on TV.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
And you played Will Hayes in a play a long time ago. Okay, now I'm understanding. I got you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You said you had to have a hard out at 12:30. So
It is 12:35. You're right. I never even turned on
I
the rock
guess
music
we'll
because I
just
was.
leave my media consumption till next week. So
Yeah, I will not talk about any media consumption next week, and you can talk about all of your stuff. It's so loud. I gotta turn it down to like 2. There we go. But yeah, that is basically all that I've watched was that, and I like rewatched some episodes of Fantasy High, and I feel like I listened. Oh, I started listening to Bitcherton. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I feel like you would not like it, Mother, because you don't like improv. You don't like improv
oh
stuff.
yeah,
But
it's not my favorite thing.
It's pretty good. Ooh, Ronald had an interview yesterday. I've not applied for one single job yet today, but did have an interview yesterday with a recruiter. Ooh, I hope it goes well.
I hope so. I hope
right.
so. We'll keep fingers crossed for you, Ronnie.
I think we're out of here. If you liked everything, give us a like. If you want to support the channel and know when we're doing stuff, give us a subscribe. If you want to know when our live videos go up or when our pre-recorded videos go up, like on Monday. Have you watched our pre-recorded video from Monday? If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's still out there. It's pretty funny, if I do say so myself. Then hit
If you want me to have a better hairstyle next week, leave something in the comments.
If you think her hair is fine, leave something in the comments. Absolutely wild. And if you want to know exactly when we're going live and all of that stuff, hit the notification bell. Are you tired of me talking? You're tired of me talking. Okay. I think the dog's tired of me talking, so I guess we're freaking out of here.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.